Infectious microbes, tiny organisms that include bacteria and viruses, are alive and well and continue to give us a run for our money. And by the way, we find them pretty scary and are quick to panic, especially since a number of popular movies have run with the pandemic theme. What are the facts? Well, microbes reproduce about every 30 minutes. When they reproduce, they can mutate or change their genetic structure in a way that protects them from our medicines. We call that resistance. So our scientists keep their eyes open worldwide with constant testing and surveillance and are always trying to come up with something new, the latest vaccine or antiviral or antibiotic to fight them. We develop antimicrobials in order to control symptoms, to destroy the organisms, or to seek to eradicate diseases. With the development of new classes of antimicrobials in the 1950s and 60s, the scientific community prematurely thought it could claim victory over microbes. In fact, in the late 1960s, Surgeon General William H. Stewart stated it was, quotes, "time to close the book on infectious diseases, declare the war against pestilence won, and shift national resources to such chronic problems as cancer and heart disease," close quotes. Well, here we are, a half-century later, in a full-blown panic over the swine flu that checked in from Mexico. If you want a career in infectious diseases these days, there's still a lot of work to be done. Here's a quick list of 5 challenges. Number 1. We continue to struggle with highly recognizable foes like malaria, tuberculosis, and HIV, especially in the developing world. Number 2. Studies increasingly show a link between infections and the development of chronic diseases like stomach ulcers and heart attacks. Number 3. Drug-resistant microbes are a big problem in both humans and animals. Number 4. New infections continue to appear out of nowhere, as with the swine flu. Number 5, bioterrorism. Remember anthrax? We don't like to think of it, but these bugs in the wrong hands can be awfully dangerous. With so many sources for trouble, it's little wonder that infectious diseases remain a dominant cause of death worldwide. In 2002, infectious diseases caused 26% of global deaths. 4 million deaths were attributed to respiratory infections, nearly 3 million for HIV/AIDS, nearly 2 million from diarrhea, 1.6 million from TB, and 1.3 million from malaria. Several factors have coalesced to make this an ideal time for an emergence of infectious diseases. The microbes themselves have demonstrated truly remarkable genetic and biologic flexibility. We're seeing changes in our physical environment with global warming and weather patterns more favorable to the microbes. Social, political, and economic factors compounded by war and famine have led to a breakdown in public health measures in many parts of the globe. Human behavior and activities bring people into contact with species of animals that harbor transmittable diseases. And finally, high-speed travel and the threat of terrorism have the world on edge. But humans are up to the challenge. Since the outbreak of SARS and the concerns over bird flu, we're far better organized worldwide and doing a better job of monitoring, surveillance, sharing of information, and stockpiling adequate supplies of medicines, says the World Health Organization. Bottom line, microbes are never going away. So we'll always have to stay just one step ahead of them. For Health Commentary, I'm Mike Magee.